First of all we're going to do is reach down for your toes, get a nice wide stance, grab those toes, and then reach all the way up high, and then drive the butt back. Hold here, back down again, and then up. One more time down. From that position, I just want you to drop your butt down, come into a squat, and then push your hips back up. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings. Squat down, push the hips up. Down one more time, and back up. From there, just walk your feet out a little bit, nice and wide. You're just going to walk side to side. You're just going to do 3 to each side. So that, guys, today we're going to do lower body or upper body and lower body circuit, followed by a core circuit. We're going to be doing each one 3 times. The last one, the core one, will just be 2. Go ahead and then drop yourself into 5 nice and deep squats. You don't have to go too quickly. Again, this is a strength class, so although we are using a timer, I want you guys to focus on quality of reps over volume of reps. Go ahead, big arm circles. We're going to do 10 forwards and switch to 10 backwards. And we're going to go opposite arm up, opposite arm back. So you're pushing one back here, other one up above. Changing direction each time, so alternate. And then from there, we're just going to walk it out into the push-up position. If you need to drop to your knees, drop onto your knees. We're going to do 1 push-up. Walk it back up to the start position. If you're not doing that, just go ahead and walk it out. Give me 1 full push-up. And then push it back. Let's go ahead and do 3 more reps of that. And then I'll go through the exercises here as we're doing it. So if you need to just take a moment to stop doing those walkouts with the push-ups, you can watch me, but I'll give you a little bit extra time here while I'm getting my dumbbells ready. So the first circuit, a little bit of lower body and a lot of posterior chain. So basically the muscles down the back side of the body. So it'll be hamstrings, glutes, and back. So we're going to start with the deadlift first. So it's just going to be a hinge at the hips, back stays nice and flat. You're coming down, keep the back flat, don't let the shoulders round. Here, squeeze the glutes up to drive the weight forward, down, and up. Leading off of that, we're going to go into a bent over row. So it's going to be here and rowing back. And then leading off of the bent over row, we're doing a reverse fly. So we're coming out to the side. Okay? So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go on the deadlift. So down, keeping that back nice and straight, driving the hips back, squeezing those glutes forward. If you have weights that aren't relatively heavy, and you know that your form's good on these, you can go ahead and crank out a lot of reps. If you're using heavier weights, make sure your form's good. Keep that back nice and flat as you're doing it. So you're down, and then driving forward with the hips, squeezing the glutes forward. We're going for 40 seconds here, so we've got about 10 seconds left. And then we're going to rest for 20 seconds before going into the next exercise. So 3, 2, 1, rest. So next one is bent over row, again leading on from the deadlift. So you're holding the bottom of that deadlift position, rolling the weights back and squeezing those shoulder blades together. So from the front, you're keeping the arms close to the body, the elbows are driving back towards the hips. Let's go. So here, driving back, squeeze those shoulder blades together each time. Make sure when you're doing these, again, don't let the back round here and row. We want you to stay nice and flat, roll it back and forward. As you're doing these, you will feel a little bit of strain in your lower back. That is okay. You're using those muscles to help you stabilize in this position. And you're rolling back, squeezing those shoulder blades together each time. 5 more seconds. Okay, so if you have lighter weights, you can adjust this. I'm going to do a reverse fly next. So from the front, it's here. Your arms are coming out to the side, squeezing those shoulder blades together from the side, right here. Okay, hold again that bottom of that deadlift position. Let's go. So again, hold that position, slight bend in the arms, squeezing those shoulder blades together, making a nice circular motion. From the front, it's like an arc in motion, and squeeze each time. Again, if you have heavier weights here, you can drop them down to lighter weights or modify as needed. Again, just make sure you're getting good quality of reps rather than high quality numbers. If you're using things that are awkward to kind of maneuver, I know Cassie uses milk jugs because she doesn't have dumbbells, then obviously things like this can be adapted a little bit, so just kind of do what you can. So, round 1 is over. We're going to cycle through those 3 exercises again. It's going to be deadlifts first, and then we'll go into the bent over row. So, again, if you have something heavier that you can use, you can go ahead and use it. Let's go. So, for example, I have a kettlebell here. This is like the only strength piece of equipment that I have. So, it's a little bit heavier, so I'm going to go ahead and get a flat back. Drive the weight up, down, keeping that back nice and flat. Shoulder blades are pinned, not letting the upper back round, and I'm squeezing those glutes forward to bring myself back to the start position. 10 more seconds. Try and keep your head in a neutral position here. Don't look too far down to the ground or too high up. Go ahead and rest. Moving on to the bent over row next. Ten more seconds rest. If you guys need a little bit of extra time, obviously step away from the screen, grab some water and just join us back in when you can. Let's go. So, hinge, hold the bottom of the deadlift, row, keep the arms close, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Again, from the front, it's here, roll it back, and squeeze those shoulder blades. If you need to pause at the top just to emphasize that squeeze, go ahead and do so. If the strain gets a little bit too much on your lower back, what you can do, rather than having your feet in the same position, step 1 foot slightly further forward, 1 foot slightly back, go down into that hinge position, and then row from there. That'll take a little bit of stress off the lower back, but again, using those spinal erectors, these lower back muscles, that's what's holding you in that stable position. So if you do feel a little bit of strain, that's okay. Moving on to reverse flies. So again, if you want to spread your feet, you can. We're holding that hinge and we're bringing the arms back, slight bend in the arms, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Nice and controlled on these, especially on the way back down. Try not to be here and here. Up, control, and back down. Feel that mid back working to control the weight. Keep the head in neutral. 10 more seconds. Last 5. Go ahead and rest. We have one more round of these exercises, so we're back to the deadlift. Again, if you have a little bit of a heavier weight somewhere that you can use for these, go ahead and grab it, as long as you feel comfortable in your form. Let's go, last round. Deadlifts first. Back flat, nice and neutral. Drive it forward, squeeze those glutes. Kendall has a much prettier setup than I do. She's got that whole home garage gym setup. Meanwhile, I have 2 fans and a really scary basement to work out in. 15 seconds. Again, this isn't a super high intensity cardio class, so Focus on the quality of rep over the number that you're reaching for. Go ahead and rest. Bent over row is next. So again, you're keeping your body straight and rolling those elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades. You guys got this. 2 more exercises, then we're going to rest for a little bit. There we go. Hinge at the hips, squeezing the back. Again, if you need to, split your stance a little bit with your feet so that you guys can see. One back, one forward, hinge, and then from there, squeeze those shoulder blades back. These dumbbells really suck and hitting my body as I'm rowing with them. You guys got this. Last 12 seconds. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. Reverse flies is coming up next. One more exercise, guys, and we got a little rest. Go. So, again, hinge at those hips. Hinge, big arcing motion, swinging the dumbbells nice and controlled. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Each time you do this, if you need to reset at the bottom, reset, and go again. We are halfway through. Last 10 seconds, you guys got this. Keep it going. Squeezing those shoulder blades each time. Well done. Go ahead and rest. The next circuit is going to be some more upper body. It's going to be chest and triceps. So, you prepare for that. Meanwhile, come to the chat while we've got your water. Let me know how you guys are doing. Hope everyone's feeling okay. Again, this class, for me, it's not designed to be super high intensity cardio, so while I'm sweating a little bit, I'm still got enough in without being out of breath, you know. So focus on the quality of rep rather than the number of reps that you get. How's everyone doing? Helena says killer, so I know that she likes that. So. My back, says Cassie. Well, that was heavily back dominant, so I'm hoping that is a good my back. Are you using your sand jogs, or did you ever get dumbbells? The sand jogs are kind of awkward to do the reverse flies with, but I'm sure you made it work. I told you the lower back would get tight. Just adjust that with your feet, with your stance, and it should help out a little bit. So again, the next one is going to be chest and triceps. What you all will like about this is that you get to lie down for the full 3 movements. Oh boy, sand jogs, not good. All right, so let's show you these 3 movements. It is going to be a floor press, the first one. So it's essentially a bench press. Your weights are here. I'll just pause the timer real quick so that we don't go behind. So, dumbbells are here. You're touching the elbows to the ground, pressing the weights away from you. Elbows touch the floor, press back up. If you want to make that a little bit more advanced, go ahead and just squeeze the glutes up into a glute bridge and do the same movement. Number 2 is going to be a chest fly. So you're doing the opposite movement that you were doing with your back. So your start position is here, slight bend in the elbows, bringing those weights down to the ground, or the elbows to the ground, sorry, and then squeezing back forward, down, and up. The last one is going to be a skull crusher, so you're keeping those arms straight, elbows are pointed up towards the sky, they don't move. driving the weights down towards your head or side of your head if you're worried about that, and then squeezing the weights back up to the triceps. So here, elbows are pointed towards the sky, and you're driving the weights up. If you have a weight or a bench to lay on, great. That gets you that little extra range of motion, but if not, it's okay to do this on the mat like I'm doing right now. So again, we're going to start in 5 seconds with the floor press. Let's go. So I would recommend, if you have multiple sets of dumbbells, going heavy on these and then a little bit lighter on the chest flies and skull crushers. So again, this weight is relatively light for me, so what I can do to make this a little bit more difficult is just squeeze the glutes up into the bridge, and then from there hold the glute bridge and press. If you have weights that are heavy, just give yourself a nice stable base, push that rib cage into the ground, and from there, driving the weights up, touch those elbows on the floor, and then go again. Okay, moving on, we're going up to chest flies. So you want your initial grip to be in neutral, so your hands are going to be facing each other, slight bend in the elbows, come down, elbows touch the ground, squeeze it back up. Again, if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, let's go ahead and start. If you want to make it a little bit more difficult, just bridge the hips up, squeeze those glutes, hold that position, and down and up. Again, with these, be nice and controlled. Quality over quantity. Again, this is very heavy on your chest and triceps. A little bit of anterior shoulder in there. But we are working both the back muscles and the chest muscles today. Okay, go ahead and rest. Next one is the skull crusher. So I would recommend staying flat on these. Keep those elbows pointed up towards the sky, almost like a bicep curl down towards the head or side of the head, and then squeeze up. Try not to let your elbows flare back as you're doing these. You want to keep the elbows pointed up. Let's go. So elbows are staying locked at the top of that bench press position, bending those dumbbells down, and then squeeze those triceps up. As you're doing these, try and think about pushing the weights all the way up to the sky. Flex those triceps at the top while keeping those elbows pinned. Even though this is lightweight, it should be difficult. Because again, we're hitting all the same muscle groups that we're working here. Okay, go ahead and rest. We are going back to the floor press. Again, this exercise of this circuit is super nice because you're laying down the whole time. You're welcome. Okay, so we have 5 seconds. Get yourself back into that floor press position. And from there, go ahead and push up and down. If you want to make it a little bit more difficult, again, squeeze those glutes up and hold that bridge. Each time you do this, your elbows should be coming down and touching the floor. By the end of this, your triceps will be smoked, especially if you have weights that is relatively heavy for you. This is kind of similar to a circuit that we would do in barbell blast, for those of you that are familiar with that class. And go ahead and rest. We are on to the chest flies next. Typically, we do the floor press or the bench press with the barbell, and then the chest flies and the triceps with the dumbbells. We are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And into the chest flies, so hands start in neutral, slight bend in the elbows. We are down, squeeze up, and down. So the dumbbells aren't coming all the way to the floor. That slight bend in your arms should mean that your elbows touch and the dumbbells aren't close to the ground. And then you're squeezing those pec muscles to bring the weights back up. You guys got this. We're under 10 seconds. And rest. Next one's going to be the skull crusher. So again, the elbows don't move when you do this. It's straight up in the air. Down, squeezing up. Down, squeezing up. Feel those triceps and those chest muscles working. Let's go. Go down and squeezing up. Again, I would recommend just having your body flat on the ground for these. But if you are using super light dumbbells, you can feel free to just bridge up into that glute bridge. But for these, I like to focus on technique, keeping the arms in the correct position, forcing those dumbbells all the way up to the sky as you come up from that bottom position. Okay, let's go ahead and rest. We got one more round of each exercise. So we're going back to the floor press. Grab those heavier weights if you have them available. We are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we're up. Again, elbows down and touch the floor. And up. For these, try and have the dumbbells at roughly like a 45-degree angle. I don't want you flaring the elbows all the way out so that your shoulders are straight. I want you to bring the elbows in a little bit. Keep the dumbbells at a 45-degree angle. And squeeze up. And down. That's going to keep your shoulder in the proper position. Almost there. Okay, rest. Put those dumbbells down. If you change the heavier set, go ahead and grab the lighter ones. 10 seconds. You guys got this. We're doing great. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Chest flies. So arms straight up in the neutral position. Bending those elbows down and back. As you think about bringing your elbows down to the ground, think about squeezing those shoulder blades together and then releasing on the way back up. Again, you can be in that bridge position if you want to. Totally up to you. We've got 10 seconds left. You guys got this. Okay, go ahead and rest. Last set of the skull crushers. By this time, your triceps should be pretty tired, so they should be tough, especially if you're using that heavier weight. Again, focus on technique here, keeping the elbows up, pointed towards the sky. Don't let the elbows rock back as you bring the dumbbells down towards your face. If you're not comfortable going to your head, just open up a little bit and just go out to the side to about the shoulder, kind of ear area. Don't go too far, otherwise you'll get a little bit of shoulder pain. Just keep the elbows tucked in close and push up. Trust yourself to handle the weight. If the weight is too heavy, you can modify by going to 1, just drop it down, and then same movement all the way down and up. I'm assuming that most people don't have dumbbells that are way too heavy, so. And go ahead and rest. We are done with the upper body stuff. We're going to move on to some core with the weights. So again, come to the chat, let me know how you're doing. Corpse pose. How's everyone doing? Arms are shaking. Love to hear it. Hopefully in a good way. triceps refuse to function. No, there are no push-ups, Jen. You're good on those. All right, so we are going to finish off going through this 3 times, or these 3 exercises twice. So you're going to need 1 dumbbell. For the first one, you're going to lay flat on the ground in this position. Dumbbells up high. You're going to bring your right leg up, keep the dumbbell in the left hand. You're going to reach up and across, come onto this forearm, down, and up. So we're working the abs and the obliques. The second exercise is obviously just going to be in the opposite arm and opposite leg. So you're here, coming up and across, and down. And then the last one, it's going to be a Russian twist. So your legs are up off the ground, hold the dumbbell, touch the floor on each side. If you can't quite do that, then you can just do the body weight and tap on each side. Okay? So we're going to start in about 12 seconds. We'll start off with that kind of cross V up, as I like to call it. All right. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Start on the left arm. Push that arm up. Bring the right leg up towards your butt. Lean up and across onto your forearm. Down. Try and keep that dumbbell up above your head as you're coming up, so that your core is leading the way. So for me, I have an 8-pound dumbbell, and this is still pretty challenging, I'm not going to lie. 10 seconds. Okay, go ahead and change sides. We're still resting in between. Go onto the right arm, left leg is down, left leg is up, and left arm is down by your side. We're going in 5. And go. So we're all the way up and across. Use that forearm to help you get up. Halfway, keep it going. Almost there, guys. Keep it going. And rest. So again, we've got the Russian twists. Take advantage of this rest time, because on the last round, we are not taking a break. We are going straight through. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Little twist. Keep the legs up. Touch that dumbbell down. Again, if you need to, drop the weight and just tap shoulders. So for me, sometimes I cross my legs if it's a little bit more comfortable. Other times I just keep them straight and do little twists. So again, use the dumbbell that you're comfortable with. Try and twist it down and touch the ground. Almost there. Rest. All right, so after this one, we are cycling all the way through with no rest. So it's going to be the left side, half sit up, and then the right side, and then followed by the Russian twists. Just because we're going a little bit over time, because I started a little bit late, so I apologize. So let's go. Right leg is up, left arm is leading all the way up. Come onto the right forearm, get that full sit up, feel it working the core, and that shoulder stability. Try not to have the dumbbell all over the place. Lock that arm out, reaching up. Almost there. Last 5. No rest, change arms, right arm, left leg up. Let's go. You guys got this. Push through. Last 10. And relax. Go on to the Russian twist. No rest in between. Don't know why I told you to relax, because I was completely lying. Finish these off, and then we got a quick little cool down. You guys got this. Keep it going. Last 20 seconds. Ten to go. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. Grab some water. Come to the chat for 1 minute. Let me know how you're doing. And then we will stretch it out for the last minute or so. As I said, I know we're a little bit over on time, but that's okay. If you guys need to leave, feel free to leave. It'll take another couple minutes just to help you guys stretch it out, but come let me know how you're doing. Oh wow, Helena went for the 15s on the skull crushers. How did you do the sit-ups wrong, Helena? No, do like a crunch / sit-up. It was more coming up to the side rather than coming straight up into the sit-up. So you were like coming over to that one arm, up on the forearm, to that side that the leg was up. But you still did something that was good. That still works your abs. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll just get a quick stretch out. So go ahead and start. Reach all the way up to the sky, up on the toes, and then bending down. This time, don't hinge, just let your back relax. Try and keep the legs straight. Let the arms angle, let the back round and breathe. And then from there, just shaking the arms out a little bit. So coming across, keep that same position. Just let the arms relax and swing a couple times. And then from there, we're slowly coming up, one arm behind, stretching out those triceps that we worked so hard for. And then go ahead and change sides. And then from there, bring one arm across. Don't grab the elbow, just grab a little bit higher up. Squeeze the shoulder. Stretch the shoulder, I should say. Then go ahead and change sides. From there, interlock your fingers. Push away, stretch out that upper back. From there, lock your fingers again. This time your hands should be like this, palms facing towards your body. Stretch back, stretch your shoulders and the chest out. And then the last couple here, just slightly bend this leg, come onto the heel, point the toe up, come down and stretch those hamstrings out that we worked on during the deadlifts. And then go ahead and change sides. Knee popped, because you know everyone knows I've got knee issues. All right, so again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys. Obviously, Kendall wasn't available today to teach, so I hope that you guys still felt that you got a good workout in with me, because I know her class is very good when she teaches this class. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you did enjoy it, or if you have any suggestions for me to make it better for you guys in the future if Kendall isn't here. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Be safe, and I will see you on Saturday for those of you that want to join for the HIIT class at 9 a.m. Start time is 9:15. It's HIIT, and we use dumbbells also. So if you guys want to come to that, we will see you then. Other than that, again, be safe. Have a great night. Thanks for joining. Cassie said this was a great idea. What was a great idea? Thanks, Eileen. Appreciate you for coming and working out. Same to you, Esther. Cassie, yes, I would love to teach barbell again if only everyone had barbells available. I also don't have a barbell available, so it's sad days for me. All right, see you guys soon. I'm signing off. Bye.